or king size either way. Make it Chesterfield's today.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to bring you our master of ceremonies, Dean Martin.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, and a happy hello to all of you from Chesterfield. There's lots of fun and music in the cards tonight. That jolly joker, Jerry Lewis, has quite a few laugh aces up his sleeve. So in the meantime, Richard, if you'll shuffle the music, I'm ready to deal. I'm sitting on top of the world, rolling along, just rolling along.
Hey, Frank, I'm sorry you feel that way. We are gonna miss you. Thanks, Feast. Thanks, Simon. So long.
Were there any witnesses?
Yeah, one. In the booth over there.
George Fraser, I'm Detective Mallon. Rough night, huh? Listen, kid. Are you gonna talk? Because if this ain't a nice setting for you, I can take you down the station.
No, I can talk.
So, what do you do around here?
I work here in the booth. I make sure the recording's set for the broadcast later on.
So, you were working the show tonight?
Yeah. It was the last show.
Say, Sam, why would you infer such a travesty?
Infer? Well, where did you ever get a word like that?
My uncle died and left it to me.
Pipe down, you two. And now, ladies and gentlemen, Miss...
Hold on a second. Why aren't we giving Frank his solo?
Simon, we've been over this. Twombley couldn't carry a tune if you put it in a suitcase.
Oh, come on. It'll be fun.
Oh, all right. Take it away.
Oh, I lost my...
And good night, folks.
Recording is stopped. We're clear.
We need to talk, Frank.
The sponsor says you're too much of a liability for television.
You had a good run. I'm sorry, but there's nothing I can do about it. Take care.
$10 years. You know, most people are happy with 3. We more than tripled that.
A toast to the most wonderful cast a fella could ask for. Hell, even you, Twombley.
this business, I never saw a sound man cracking up in the booth like that.
If you wanted, I could never laugh at you.
Oh, smart ass, huh?
No, not at all, sir.
Look, nervous Nellie, just have your drink.
I remember listening to your characters on Nate Grant's Smiling Time comedy show when I was a kid. And you do that voice with the loud, high-pitched whine.
You know where I'd bug Mr. Birnbaum to the point where he'd scream? And I'd say, well, gee whiz, don't have to get so huffy about it.
So how'd you end up here anyway? You were a big shot in Hollywood.
Let me ask you something, kid. What's the most important thing about comedy?
What?
I'm asking you, what is the most important thing in comedy?
Oh, gee, I don't know. Laughter?
Timing. Timing is everything, kid. It's not just the line, it's how you deliver the line. That's just one of the things I argued about with Grant. I wasn't exactly in the best position to be arguing.
Why not?
God, you're thick, kid. And I got a call for this show from Simon.
Well, I have to say, when I was younger and I'd hear your voices on the radio, I kind of thought that maybe I had a voice for radio. Not like comic relief characters or anything, but just to get in front of the microphone and say the station identification, that would be enough for me.
Let me know how that turns out, kid.
Why did Mr. Young fire you?
It's the way this business works. Mistakes aren't easily forgotten. You can work your whole life to make up for one little slip-up, and they'll still put you in a corner you can never get out of.
All right, let's get you home.
He told me I had a good run.
What?
He told me I had a good run. They always start off with a compliment to try to soften the blow. What they don't know is it only makes it worse. I almost did it. I had the gun in my hand. And at the last minute I gave up because I had to get back to the studio. I kept thinking about going back on the air. It's always hard the first couple of times because you think everything's going to get better. And one day you wake up and there ain't nothing. I'm not going to let them win. Open the door, kid. Open the door, kid.
Frank, you don't have to do this.
Look, kid, I'm not going to ask you a fourth time. So this is your third and final fucking warning. Open that door. Is it on?
Just a second.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special broadcast of the Simon and Feast Show. And now, here's Simon and Feast. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our show. And say, here comes one of our actors, Frank Twombley. Hello, Simon. Hey, Frank, why the long face? I switched faces with a horse. No kidding, Frank. What seems to be the trouble? I'll tell you, Feast, I'm just so angry with our studio audience. Why? What do you mean? They're not there anymore. We got rid of the magic. It ain't nothing but laughter out of some lousy noise box in that booth over there. Hey, Frank, we're all gonna have the audience again with television. I sure wish you was coming with us. I'm glad I ain't coming. We are gonna miss you, Frank. Stop lying to me, you two-faced louse. You always wanted me off the show and you know it. Just because I drank a little, you had to go and put in a bad word with our sponsor. Hell, at least you have a face. All I have is a voice. A crummy, withered old voice. Hey, Frank, I'm sorry you feel that way. We are gonna miss you. Thanks, Feast. Thanks, Simon. So long.
Detective Mallon, I need you outside now, sir.
Okay, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, kid. I think I have everything I need. Is there anything else you want to tell me?
No, Detective. This is KZM. The time now, 12 a.m. Signing off.
Good night, everybody. Good night, folks.
You've just heard the new Martin and Lewis show. If you enjoyed them, tune in again each Sunday night at the same time, and next week our guest will be Bob Hope. This is NBC